Your heart is racing, your breath is shallow, your palms are damp, and your mind feels like a browser with 50 tabs open at once. Most people call this stress. I call it a loss of control. You feel like the world is pushing against you. You feel like there is too much to do, too little time, and not enough of you to go around. You feel like you are one bad email away from a total meltdown. But look around you. There are people who handle 10 times your workload. There are people who face life and death decisions every single hour, and they don't look stressed. They don't look frantic. They look calm. They look cold. They look like they are playing a game of chess while everyone else is playing a game of survival. What do they know that you don't? Are they born without nerves? Do they have some secret pill that keeps them steady? No. They have just learned the one thing that separates the pros from the amateurs. They have learned that stress is not something that happens to you. Stress is something you allow. Stress is a signal. It is your body telling you that you are no longer in command. Most people react to that signal by running faster. They work harder. They sleep less. They drink more caffeine. They panic. And in doing so, they feed the beast. Today, I'm going to show you how to starve that beast. I'm going to show you how to walk through a storm without getting wet. We aren't going to talk about breathing exercises or lighting candles. We are going to talk about psychological warfare. We are going to talk about how to rewire your brain to thrive in chaos. If you are tired of feeling like a victim of your own life, stay with me. By the end of this video, you will realize that the pro version of you has been there all along. You just kept burying him under layers of worry. Think about the last time you were truly overwhelmed. What did you do? You probably explained yourself to everyone. You probably complained to your friends. You probably looked for someone to blame. You wanted the world to stop so you could catch your breath. But the world doesn't stop. The world doesn't care about your breath. Modern life is a trap. It is designed to keep you in a state of constant emergency. Every notification is a high priority. Every deadline is urgent. Every social media post is a reminder of what you are missing. You have been trained to live in fight or flight mode 24 hours a day. This is why you are exhausted. This is why you are irritable. This is why you can't focus on the people you love, even when they are sitting right in front of you. You are physically there, but your mind is still in the battlefield. Stress is a slow leak. It doesn't kill you all at once. It drains your joy. It drains your creativity. It drains your health. And the worst part is, we have started to wear our stress like a badge of honor. We think being busy means being important. That is a lie. Busy is just a word for people who haven't mastered their time. Stress is just a word for people who haven't mastered their mind. We are going to change that right now. We are going to look at the 6 moves that professional Stoics, elite soldiers, and high-level CEOs use to stay dangerous when the pressure is on. The biggest mistake you make when you are stressed is that you become the stress. You say, I am stressed. By doing that, you have identified with the emotion. You have let it inside your house. A pro does something different. A pro uses the observer effect. Instead of saying, I am stressed, they say, I notice a feeling of tension in the body. They look at their emotions as if they were watching a movie. Imagine you are standing on a balcony, looking down at yourself in the street. You see yourself rushing. You see your face looking worried. From the balcony, it looks small. It looks manageable. It looks almost funny. When you create a gap between the you and the emotion loses its power over you. You are no longer drowning in the ocean. You are standing on the shore, watching the waves. The next time you feel that heavy weight in your chest, stop. Step back. Look at yourself from the outside. Ask yourself, what is this human being feeling right now? The moment you name it from the outside, you have already won. Stress feeds on urgency. It wants you to react now. It wants you to send that angry text. It wants you to quit that job in a huff. It wants you to make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. Pros know that most emergencies are not actually emergencies. They use the rule of 24. Unless someone is literally bleeding or the building is on fire, they wait 24 hours before making a major decision or reacting to a provocation. When you delay your reaction, you allow your monkey brain to quiet down and your logic brain to take over. You will find that 90% of the things that stressed you out yesterday don't even matter today. Silence is your best friend when the pressure is high. If someone insults you, don't defend. If someone drops a problem on your lap, don't fix it immediately. Just look at them. Stay calm. Tell them, I'll get back to you on that. Then walk away. You control the tempo. You decide when the conversation happens. You are the conductor of your own life. Why are you so stressed by small things? Because your life is too comfortable. We have become so soft that a slow internet connection or a cold coffee feels like a crisis. Pros practice stress vaccination. This is a technique from the Stoics called premeditatio malorum. They voluntarily put themselves in uncomfortable situations so that when real stress comes, they are already hardened. Take a cold shower every morning. Go for a long walk in the rain without an umbrella. Fast for 24 hours, once a month. Sleep on the floor once in a while. When you prove to yourself that you can handle physical discomfort, mental stress becomes easy. You start to think, if I can handle a freezing shower, I can certainly handle a rude boss. You are building a psychological immune system. Stop avoiding the hard things. Seek them out. Prepare your mind for the winter while it is still summer. You cannot have a calm mind if you have a chaotic intake. You are stressed because you are letting everyone and everything into your brain. The news, the endless scroll, the toxic friend who only calls to complain. These are not just information. They are emotional baggage, and you are carrying all of it. A pro is obsessed with their input. They don't check their phone for the first hour of the day. They don't follow people who make them feel inadequate. They don't watch the news just to stay informed about things they cannot control. Your mind is a sanctuary. Treat it that way. Stop being a dumping ground for the world's problems. Filter your environment. If someone brings drama to your door, don't open it. If a group chat is making you anxious, leave it. You don't owe the world your attention. You only owe yourself your peace. Stress comes from the fear of the unknown. Your brain imagines 1,000 terrible outcomes. It creates monsters in the dark. Pros turn the lights on. They use a technique called anchoring. They ask themselves, what is the absolute worst thing that can realistically happen here? Maybe you lose the client. Maybe you lose the job. Maybe you lose some money. Then they make a plan for that worst case scenario. They realize that even if the worst happens, they will still be alive. They will still have their skills. They will still have their character. Once you accept the worst, the stress disappears because you are no longer running away from a ghost. You have faced the monster and you realized it's just a shadow. When you stop being afraid to lose, you become impossible to beat. Stress often comes from decision fatigue. You are trying to do 100 things at once. You are trying to please everyone. You are trying to be everywhere. A pro uses tactical minimalism. They know that in any given day, only 3 things actually matter. Everything else is just noise. Every morning, pick 3 tasks. Just 3. If you finish those 3, the day is a victory. Everything else is a bonus. When you narrow your focus, your stress levels drop automatically. You stop looking at the mountain and start looking at your feet. You stop worrying about next month and start focusing on the next hour. Simplification is the ultimate sophistication. Cut the fat from your life. Say no more than you say yes. A cluttered life is a stressed life. Clear the space and the peace will follow. Let's look at the biology of this. When you are stressed, your body produces cortisol. Cortisol shuts down your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that makes smart decisions. In other words, the more stressed you are, the stupider you become. Pros know that calm is not just a feeling. It is a competitive advantage. When everyone else is losing their heads, the person who stays calm sees the opportunities that others miss. They see the exit doors. They see the weak spots in the opponent. Stress makes you predictable. Calm makes you dangerous. If you want to win in life, you have to be the coolest person in the room. You have to be the one who doesn't react. You have to be the one who can think clearly while the building is shaking. This isn't about being nice or chilled out. This is about being effective. This is about power. Part 5. Emotional validation. I know what you are thinking. It's easy to say, but you don't know my life. You don't know my bills. You don't know my family. You are right. I don't. But I know that your bills won't get paid faster if you have a panic attack. I know your family won't be happier if you are a nervous wreck. You think that by being stressed, you are showing that you care. You think it's a sign of hard work. It's not. It's a sign that you have forgotten who you are. You are a survivor. You have been through 100% of your worst days already. You have handled every crisis life has thrown at you so far. Why do you think this one is any different? Stop underestimating yourself. Stop giving so much power to people and situations that won't even remember your name in 5 years. You deserve to be happy. But more than that, you deserve to be steady. You deserve to walk through life with your head up and your heart quiet. Here is your move for today. Just one. The next time something goes wrong today, no matter how small, don't say anything. Don't complain. Don't explain. Don't make a face. Just count to 10. Breathe. And ask yourself, is this worth my peace? The answer is almost always no. Start reclaiming your territory. 1 minute at a time. One reaction at a time. One no at a time. The world will try to pull you back into the chaos. It needs your reaction to stay alive. Don't give it what it wants. If this video helped you find a bit of ground today, then do me a favor. Subscribe right now. Join this community of people who are choosing mastery over misery. One tap. That is the first step toward a life you don't need a vacation from. Now, go take a breath and then get back to work.